Welcome to Mishawaka High School. I'm Matt Rendell with the Mishawaka Network here, along with Sean Canarecki on the call here tonight. Sean, what do we have tonight?
Tonight we got Mishawaka Cavemen versus Concord Minutemen. We are 5-0. They're 2-4. They've lost 51-24 to Northwood, which we will be playing later on this week on Thursday. So, and we'll be on call for that one as well.
Yep.
They went 2-3 with Warsaw Saturday this month on the 7th, and they lost to them clearly.
Yeah, so they were at Warsaw for a tournament. They lost to both Warsaw and Wawasee. A little bit tricky. The Warsaw match was a conference match, but the Wawasee one wasn't. So they'll have another match against Wawasee later on in the season. So we're here for some wrestling. We're going to start here just in a little bit with the one girls match tonight. Only one girls match here tonight. That'll be at 1:20. That'll be Shayla Suggs of the Mishawaka Cavemen and Jordan Watson of the Concord Minutemen. Sean, we were preparing for today. We know a number of the wrestlers. They had a good weekend going 5-0 at the Bob Reed Classic in Plymouth. Who are some highlights? Who are some standout wrestlers from that tournament?
Well, first, I would say Nick Freeze is a standout person. I believe he's new.
Yeah, big freshman.
Big freshman. 5-0 during that Plymouth invite, which is amazing.
Yep.
Our very own Brody Blevins,
That's right,
who has our class, 5-0. Drew Ginter, 5-0. Trey Dunning, 5-0. And then we got some people who got 4-1, like Josh Kite, Will Mason, Isaiah Butte, and then a few who scored a little lower than that.
Yeah.
But
those are the big highlights. Big weekend. They went 5-0. They had some tough matchups there. Concord's gotten off to a little bit of a rough start, but they're starting to kind of get it together here as we move on. I don't know what's happening here. They're moving a lot of chairs. I don't know what's going on, but we're getting ready to get going. You can see there we got two mats out here shortly. We're going to have the one girls match. We're going to bring you in its entirety again, Shayla Suggs versus Jordan Watson. They'll have JV on your left side. We're not going to do much commentating on that. We're focused kind of on the varsity. One thing of note, you named off all those people that had good weekends. Drew Ginter, Trey Dunning both went 5-0. Will Mason, Isaiah Butte went 4-1. All four of those players were a big part of the varsity football team's success. So we did cancel a match and postpone it, and that was against Warsaw. And that was due to both the Mishawaka football success, but more importantly, Warsaw's football success. Warsaw went to the state finals, so they went a week further than the Cavemen, and so they needed to get those football players in shape. I was in at practice yesterday, Sean. Coach Sandefur saying, hey, we need to get our gas tanks up, right? Need to get that endurance, right? Football is kind of a one play and then you stop. Wrestling is not like that. You got to go and go and go.
Going,
yeah. So you'll see
what.
some of those football players out here tonight. And then obviously the other 5-0, Nick Freeze, the freshman at 106. He's at that lightweight. You see a lot of freshmen and sophomores at that. But then Brody Blevins, the junior, had a big weekend, 5-0. He's looking for a big year. He's the highlight kind of our hype video we made. You can find that on the Mishawaka Network Facebook and Instagram pages. He's got that flex. He showed off those muscles.
We also, at 132, we have a temporary change due to one of the players being injured. Taking his place will be Jason Bupp, who I know from a few classes. He's a good guy.
There you
Pretty
go.
funny.
Will Mason here just hanging out with us. So let's run through the lineup. We're going to start at 150. You want to go through that? For the Cavemen, at least. Let's start with the Cavemen. At 150, who do we got? Sorry. The boys. This is for the boys. Again, only the one girls match. Shayla Suggs, Jordan Watson. Sean's going to run you through the boys. We're going to be starting the boys varsity at 150.
All right. Starting at 150, we have Braden Reed. And then the next matchup would be 157, Drew Ginter. And then at 165, Isaiah Butte. At 175, Caden O'Neill. At 190, Mason Heinrich.
Yep, Heinrich. Yeah, you got it.
At 215, Trey Dunning. And then at 285, Malachi Knight.
Love it.
And then we'll go back through. We'll get to 106, Nick Freeze. 113, Brody Blevins. 120, Chance Smith. 126, Josh Kite, and then Jason Bupp at 132, and then 138, Will Mason, and then last we'll end with 144, Colby Smith.
Yeah, so that's a big lineup for the Cavemen. One thing I talked to the coaches about, especially Mr. Olson, Josh Olson, one of the coaches here. You have Mr. Olson in class for English, but he was talking about how, hey, this year we don't have those top-end guys, your Zari Walkers, your Bo Brabenders, your Christian Chavez, your Joe Walker, right, all those people. But he said he thinks they're more balanced. They've got people at every weight class, as we talked about it earlier, 285. Malachi Knight went 3-2 this weekend, which is pretty good. It's average, maybe a little above average, but last year 285 won less than 3 matches all season, right? So if you can get somebody in there that's going to win you some, that's a huge step in the right direction for the Cavemen.
I mean, anyone is a good thing, even if, you can't get all the wins you need to get. But
get something, right? Yep.
Helps with our scores.
So right now it looks like they're doing alumni night, so you can see some of those people going out there. One of the coaches for Concord is an alumni. He's walking out there right now. I see some Jim Flatt, who's announcing in here. Coach Yancey Gradeless, the girls' coach, is out there. Salome Walker out there. Sandiford, obviously. Mr. Sandiford was a coach out there. He is went here. I'm trying to look. Pat Day. I actually was in school with Pat Day. He still holds the record for the fastest pin in the state finals.
That's very impressive.
He had a pin in, I think, 13 seconds in the state finals. So.
That's
insane. Him with the mustache and the hat. He's killing it out there. If we can get Eli here to zoom in on these people here, just show us what's going on. They're kind of calling people out right now.
Rundle.
No, not me. I did not wrestle. If you saw me, I do not have the wrestler body there. There, you can see him a little bit better. They're trying to get a few. Oh, police officer. Is that Mr. Fozos?
I believe.
Do you know Mr. Fozo?
I do not.
Yeah, I didn't know he wrestled here. Look at that.
Oh.
So we're going to take some pictures here before we get started. What a fun night. Alumni night tonight. Thursday, special night too, Sean. What do we got Thursday here?
Thursday will be our senior night for our Cavemen because we only have 3 meets.
Yep.
That's what
3 dual
Mr.
meets,
Olsen told me. So that will be our senior night, and I believe that's all I know about that.
Yeah, no, it's usually senior nights are your last matches. What they didn't want to do is put senior night on the last match for us. The last dual match for the Cavemen is against Penn, and that's already very hectic. That'll be in the cave also, which is kind of fun.
Can't wait. Can't wait for the Al Smith invites this month, too.
Al Smith is at the end of the month. I will not be here because I'll be in Montana, but Daniel Phillips will be helping out. I think Brad Addison, who wrestled here at Mishawaka, and he is a principal at Emmons, so he's going to come help out. He helped out last year, which was great. So you'll be able to hear them, and we'll only be broadcasting the finals this year. Last year we did a little bit more. We have some other kind of fun things going on. As Mr. Standard, they're actually going to start with JV wrestling on both.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, so they're going to do JV to start, so we won't have names for you, but we'll show you the action. We'll kind of get going. A couple big things here. Sean doing some research here on his hand signals. I'm pretty good, but one big change in high school wrestling in Indiana. It changed a year ago in college wrestling, but now it is in effect here in Indiana high school wrestling. Takedowns will be worth 3 points instead of 2.
Okay.
So 3 points for takedowns instead of 2 points. So you will be able to see that here as we go through the year. What that does is it incentivizes wrestlers to go for those takedowns. What you've seen in the past is sometimes you don't want to just go for takedowns because once they get out, that's only a 1 point swing, right? A 2 point takedown, 1 point escape, and whatever. But now those 3 points really incentivize you to get those takedowns. So that will increase the scoring a lot here.
I feel like there's going to be a lot less like pushing out. I feel like people are going to really go for it. Can't wait to see what our Cavemen can do and what the Minutemen can do.
Yep. So you're going to see some wrestling on both mats here as we're going to get started with some JV wrestling. Again, we don't got names or anything for JVs because they're just kind of getting as many in as they can. Do you know either of these Mishawaka wrestlers? That looks like Matt over there. I don't remember Matt's last name.
I do not know
I think
either.
this one was in my class for like one day. I was like, nah, I'm good, which is fine. You have your own interests, you know.
Yeah.
Miss Ziegler here tonight checking out some wrestling. Shout out to the crew. Dylan Baylor here, not on his phone at all. He's running the TriCaster. Eli running our top camera down on the floor. Cam Stokes taking some pictures. She's going to be going back and forth, so she's going to be going to our other stream, which we should talk about here in a second.
Oh, it seems like one of our JV already got a pin off, or is attempting to.
They've already counted those back points, but they haven't called it yet.
He is fighting for it. And there our second one started.
So on the left side there, they called that pin. Finish off Ryan Ecker down on the floor there running our floor camera. You'll see some shots from there as we go throughout the night. Oh, there's a call. You know what that one is?
Nope.
So when they put that hand behind their head, that's going to be a potentially dangerous position.
Fling, nope.
So, yeah, we got it right here.
Oh,
actually, they did call a yep.
Ooh! One of our JV already got him
takedown
onto a takedown.
Yep, they're going to start over on the left side here as well. So we'll give you our best. There's a 1-point escape right there. They're not keeping score, it doesn't look like. Well, maybe they are. Yep, they're saying 3-1.
Oof. Our JV over here on the right side is putting in work trying to get a good grip on this quick person.
There, he's got that leg shot.
Ooh.
Yeah, bending that leg.
That bend. Oh, I could never.
It.
Our match on the left being a little slow.
Yeah, again, we've got JV. I don't know. We don't have any clue how many they're wrestling. But just to recap, we do have the one girls match that'll start after JV. Then we're going to have all 13 boys matches. We do have one forfeit here today, and that forfeit will be at 126 as Josh Kite will get a forfeit against Concord. Got a little bit of a malfunction on a headgear, it looks like.
Yeah. Seems like they're going to put a pause on that match.
I think it's broken. I think it's just flat out broken. Yeah, they're going to have to get a new one.
Oof. This match on the right is still going. He stops it for a little reset, it looks like. On the left, they're still trying to find a headgear that will work for the Minutemen, while one of our coaches, I believe, is talking to our player, keeping him
Yeah, that's Coach Megason. He was working here. He was subbing in classes the last couple years, but he is not anymore. He's moved on to bigger and better things. As we are going to start in the neutral position. Nope, never mind. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Seems like they might have found a headgear for the left-hand side player.
That's going to be the end of the first period over here in this JV. Coin is flipped.
Green
is Mishawaka. That's very confusing.
Yeah.
Usually they try to match them up. I don't know why they would do that. I hope they don't do that for varsity. Usually they try to match up. The green and red is the colors they use. They say, okay, Concord's green, let's go ahead and use green, but they did not there, so we'll see what they do in varsity. We are off in wrestling here. And right there.
Headgear is off again.
Different headgear. Right over here on the right side, they did give a interlocking hand signal.
It seemed like the Minuteman on the left-hand side was trying to continue the match since he grabbed him once more, but then let go.
Right.
So, probably didn't hear the whistle blow, to be fair. I don't think I would.
So right now we're still doing some JV wrestling. Looks like we might have about 5 more or so to go. They're lined up over here. Looks like Aiden Hernandez might be one of them.
Ooh. Our player on the right seems to grab his leg again, getting a nice
He's going to get a reverse and trying to go for more.
Ooh.
Nope, he's not going to get the reverse.
As you can tell, I have no idea how to call this out. I'm trying my best.
He's going to try to slip out the backside, and he's going to. And there it is. Yep, there it is. And he's going to try to get him down. There's a 2-point reverse, and now he's got him on his back. Can he get the pin? No. Good job there by Concord flipping him. Nope, he's back on his back. That might do it.
Come on.
Man, he's doing a really good job.
He has a
arching.
very good way of keeping that arch.
He's tired now. It takes a lot of effort to try to get out. So he got the 2-point reversal. He got some back point. Actually, they did call the pin. There it is.
So that's good. That's good. You can see our victory player
so
going to shake
get
hand.
a second pin here as we go on to the next, and it looks like is that Jackson Hershey there?
do believe that's Jackson Hershey.
Walking out onto the mat here.
Yeah, my boy Jackson Hershey.
Yes, I thought you might like that, Sean.
Can't wait to see how he plays during the Al Smith invites
we're gonna try
year.
to. I got made fun of online 7 years ago when I started announcing wrestling for plays and players. You want to say wrestlers and wrestlers.
Okay.
Okay. As Hershey's gonna go for the quick pin, he's gonna try to turn him, and there he does.
Ooh.
That's it.
Last year, Jackson Hershey did place, I believe, 4th in the Al Smith for his section.
In the sectional, yeah, not the Al
sectional.
Smith, but the sectional, yes.
Can
he get it?
He almost has
got
a pin
the 3
already.
near fall.
Come on. Hate to be biased, but
yeah, well, he's in total control right now.
Yeah.
He just needs that extra. He's got to get both shoulders on the ground, and there he might have it. There
yeah.
it is. There's another pin for the Cavemen. 3 for 3 so far. They're still wrestling on your left side there.
Jackson Hershey is a senior this year.
So if you see here, we got 3 more lined up. We got 1 going to the table right now.
Mm-hmm. Seems one of our JVs actually Aiden Hernandez.
I know, I see Aiden Hernandez and Hatfield. Hatfield is an interesting character here at Mishawaka High School. He comes into my class every day, even though he's not in my class. He's an interesting character.
Honestly, that's the best way to do it. Our wrestler on the right is fighting for control.
Well, there's something going on here. I'm not sure what it is.
I believe that is still the on the left. That is still.
They've got to pause. Miss Kaiser went and
Yeah.
talked to somebody. They're looking at the scoreboard here. We are wrestling over on the right.
I believe that is still the first match on the left-hand side, is it not?
It's a second, I think. They had that quick pin by,
oh, yeah.
I can't remember that kid's name.
Yeah. But I believe that's the one that had the helmet malfunction.
This one is, yeah, and they're
Yeah.
going to keep going here.
Seems like Minutemen wrestler gets
Yeah, he's going to be in the defensive position. Defensive or down, offensive or up position. So we've got, after these 2, we got 3, it looks like 3 more JV matches before we get going with some varsity action. Again, varsity will start with the girls on the left and the boys on the right. We'll be starting the girls at 120. That's the only match we have in varsity girls tonight. We will have a full slate of varsity girls on Thursday. And there's some big cheering here from the Cavemen as it looks like they might be getting another pin. He's got to turn him to his left a little bit. There it goes.
Yep.
He's got the, there
I
it
believe
is.
that is the pin. That is
You got to get both those shoulders blades on the mat, and he did there.
On the left, getting the advantage or control.
There you go.
Slamming him down multiple times, trying to keep the control over him.
Yep.
But this guy, he just seems like he has enough leg muscles to just force himself out of
he's trying, yep.
On the right, we do have Aiden Hernandez going against one of the Minutemen wrestlers.
Aiden Hernandez here
A football player.
is in mass media class with us. He also did play football. You are correct.
Varsity, too.
Yeah, he got a lot of time. He started on some offensive line, then made his way over to some defensive line. He had a big win last year against Wallace C at 220, and he's off to a good start. Almost got the takedown, but could not. This is one of Mr. Olson's favorite wrestlers, Aiden. He shows up every day. He works hard.
He's a hard worker in your class, too.
Sometimes.
Most of the time. We'll say.
And he's trying to spin around, and he does get around. There's a 2-point or 3-point. I'm going to mess that up a lot this year. 3-point takedown there for Aiden Hernandez.
He is keeping control, even though the player is scrambling. But
and he does get up, so that's going to be a 1-point escape. There it is, yep.
On the left-hand side, we still have that match going on. Seems like the Concord wrestler does have control.
While we're finishing up some JV wrestling, a couple more matches to go. Quick reminder, you are watching us on IHSA TV or on the Mishawaka Network YouTube channel. There is another stream tonight, so you might be here thinking, wait, I thought I was tuning into basketball. I wanted some boys basketball action. That is going to be streamed at 7:30-ish, around that time. And you will hear Daniel Phillips and Evan Lynn on that call for the second home boys basketball game of the season. This one against crosstown rival Mishawaka Marion.
We hope
So,
this one goes better than
yeah, the last
Riley.
one was against Riley. 74-29 is not what you want if you are a Caveman fan. But Jackson Snyder is back tonight. He is starting for the Cavemen, and that'll help the team a lot. And they just had a hard week of practice. That's what Coach Bodie Bender said. Said it was a difficult, challenging week, but they worked hard, and new starting lineup, and hopefully that works out for them. So tonight you can watch us here on the Mishawaka Network. You can also tune in and watch some boys basketball action.
We also have many streams this week as well.
Yeah, lots going on. Every day pretty much.
Yeah. We got one tomorrow.
Yep, girls
Thursday,
basketball tomorrow
Friday.
against John Glenn. Thursday we've got two again. Thursday we've got wrestling here. You and I will be in here, back in the gym. And that will also coincide with our broadcast of the choir and orchestra
I just
concert.
saw possibly one of our player punch the back head. Wrestler, my bad.
Yes, that does happen
head.
sometimes. That does happen. When you're trying to do a cross face or something, you might catch somebody. But sometimes that can result in forfeits and penalties. So you got to be careful.
Seems like on the left, we still Concord is still able to gain control. But I believe that's just because our player or our wrestler.
It's like Christmas up there on the scoreboard. Look at that. What is happening? Do you see that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Am I crazy?
Wiring issue on the scoreboard? That one seems perfect.
Okay, yeah, on our right, we're good. The left scoreboard is just blinking all over the place. Not sure what's happening there.
Kind of looks like a game of, like, Doctor.
Yeah, a little
when you
bit.
hit it. Seems like Aiden just got out of a control, but gets back into
back down. One thing Coach Sandiford said coming out of last weekend's tournament was, hey, when you get up, you got to stay up. You used all that energy to get up. You got to get going. So that's going to be one of the tough ones for them.
Aiden is trying his hardest.
Yeah, Caveman in trouble on the left. They're trying to turn him, but they cannot.
Oof, his arm is in a very precarious situation.
That is true. You might hear that often tonight.
Especially from me. I'm like, oh.
You got some Mishawaka students watching until they head down to basketball. Again, boys basketball against Marion down in the cave tonight, and there's a Concord win. First one of the night. That match is finally over, and now we got, looks like maybe Hatfield.
We will have to see.
Here we go. So we are getting close to being done with JV, so thanks for sticking with us. We don't know all the names of the people.
And I don't know anything about this.
Varsity is coming up. See, Sean, the secret is you don't tell the audience that. You just go with it, right?
Fair.
There you go. You will hear me tonight say 2-point takedown. I mean 3-point takedown. That is a new rule this year again in Indiana high school wrestling. So we will do our best to get it right as we go forward.
A new match has started on the left finally.
Yeah, Aiden looks like he's in trouble here. There it is.
And Aiden is pinned. That would be the second point for Concord this game, or this.
So Concord does get their second win. That one a 6-point takedown here in JV. But here goes Hatfield. Again, I know Hatfield because he wanders into my class randomly every white day. White 3 from lunch. I don't know why. Saw a little ad lib there from Will Mason and Josh Kite. There's a takedown over on the left side. Hatfield on your right side for the Cavemen. I kind of like this all green singlet that this Concord wrestler has.
I do like that.
That is nice.
I think I might like our gray wrestling outfit more.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because that maroon one does look very snazzy.
Yeah.
But I don't like the M.
Right.
Doesn't fit.
Oh, the old English M,
Yeah. Doesn't fit what our school.
It is kind of their brand, though. The Mishawaka wrestling team has always used that M. So we are about 7:05. We started about 6:45 with JV wrestling as Hatfield's in trouble there. He's on his back. They just got to turn him a little bit more.
Can he?
There it is.
I believe, yep.
And we might be in trouble on the left side, too.
I think we might be in trouble.
He's got the near fall points.
The referee is getting really
down. He's got to
there.
look for those shoulders. There it is.
Yep.
And with that, that will end our JV here for the day as we'll get ready for some varsity wrestling. So they're going to do some walkouts here in a second. They'll start with the girls, then the boys.
Yep.
And then we'll get going. We're going to take a quick break. Be back to bring you varsity wrestling here on the Mishawaka Network. We are back here at Mishawaka High School. We're in the West Gym, which many people call the new gym. That's what I call it. They have a new floor this year. Brand new, looks nice. Hopefully it feels nice. On the right mat there, you can see what they term the cave kids. These are all the kids that wrestle in our younger years, and a lot of them for the Mishawaka Wrestling Club, and that's a big part of the success of Mishawaka Wrestling in general is the club. So you'll see them here in years to come. Many of our, if not all of our wrestlers were a part of this club growing up, and that's how they got started in wrestling, and that's how they continue in wrestling. Coach Yancey Gradeless there is kind of on the left side. You can't see him from that angle, but if we get back to our wide angle, you can see them there looking for, getting ready for the season as they're wrestling already. We're going to try to zoom in on them a little bit if Eli would. There we go. So you can see those are kind of our elementary wrestlers. The middle school wrestling program is very good. Again, they've built some very talented wrestlers, including Nick Freeze tonight, freshman, wrestling varsity in his first ever home match for Mishawaka. And I was talking to a couple of the coaches, and they said they got a couple wrestlers coming up as 8th graders that will probably be wrestling varsity next year. And one of the things about this varsity boys team is not a lot of seniors, right? They've got Trey Dunning as a senior. Isaiah Butte is a senior. And really, those are only 2 wrestling varsity here tonight. So that's a big relief for some Cavemen fans. They've lost a lot of talent the last 2 years. For the girls, the big loss will be Kaylee Smith, who is a senior, KK. She is not wrestling tonight because Concord only has 1 wrestler, but I'm sure she will be wrestling next Thursday against Northwood. So there are the Cavemen kids as they're going to get ready for the run out here. So they're going to run out the tunnel here onto the mat. We're going to have introductions of the girls, then the boys, and then we're going to get to wrestling here tonight finally. Seems like it's been forever, but it has not. It hasn't even been an hour.
You'd love to see the enthusiasm these kids have towards the sport. I mean,
yeah, and you look right here. The crowd is huge, right? Yeah. So many people here for wrestling, and it's going to be even bigger on Thursday for Northwood. And we are going to get ready for some wrestling. Sean, you have not done this before. First time here tonight. What do you so far like about wrestling, and what are things that you're not sure about?
Really, I'm not sure about all the hand signs. I still got to
we're getting used to them, yeah. And they turned off our lights, too,
Yeah.
It's hard to see up here. But, yeah, so we'll get better at it. We'll figure it out as we go on this year. But it's just wrestling's so exciting here in Mishawaka. Like you said, the kids are excited, the fans are excited, the families are excited, and it's just a fun time here to be a Caveman fan for wrestling. In a time where we've had a lot of success. The volleyball team was very good this year. The rep football team was very good.
Football was very good.
Basketball teams are rebuilding, so it's been a little bit tough so far. But here at wrestling, you'll see them be successful. The swim and dive team has started up. We'll be broadcasting, swimming next week for the Riley match, so we'll see how we do on that. The teams are out. We're going to start with the girls. So Eli's going to frame us up on the girls. We need to be a little bit smoother, but we'll get better. One girls match today at 1:20. Shayla Suggs will be taking on Jordan Watson. You'll see them announced here in just a second. And then we'll get to the boys' announcements, and then we'll get to some wrestling action.
Again, we start at 150. We go down the weight classes, and then go back up to 106, and then down to our
it's a tough look here. You see the Mishawaka Cavemen girls lined up there, and you have the one single Concord girl getting ready to go out. But good on her for going out. This is the first year of IHSA wrestling from a standpoint of like a sanctioned IHSA sport. They've done a 2-year transition to get ready and to build up teams, and you've seen a lot of teams build up. Mishawaka's got a few more girls out. Northwood, I think, has 13 or 14 girls. Penn has almost 2 full teams of girls wrestling.
Well, that is Penn High School. I mean,
that is true, but Northwood has a girl that's nationally ranked in wrestling, so you'll see that here on Thursday.
Don't worry, you'll hear her name a few dozen.
I'm sure. We will be hosting the girls sectional this year at Mishawaka. It's a fun day in January. We got double duty. We'll be doing girls sectional wrestling in the morning and then basketball in the afternoon.
I saw that.
So that'll be a fun and exhausting day, but that's still over break, so we'll get back to school.
I'm thinking of either working both or only working one.
So we are just about to get started. We're going to do the anthem, and then we'll do announcements and get some wrestling going. It's kind of tricky night here. We got both broadcasts, so I think we're going to get started for the. Oh, they're announcing about us.
Well, look at us. We're famous.
Had to get some water. Whew. Sean, we've had a good year so far. We got a lot of broadcasts this week. We just talked about some of them. We got some next week. I don't know.
I wonder why they only have one female wrestler.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to build up those programs, right? That's why they tried the transition piece. Right now, the girls' team at Mishawaka, a little bit healthier than Concord, but other schools have quite a bit more.
Yeah. It's probably just like people's interests.
Oh, they are going to actually announce all the other ones. So, Nalia Suggs there is going to get a forfeit today. Everybody on here is going to get a forfeit except for Shaela Suggs. So you can see them running out there. Oh, we are kind of going back and forth. So here's the boys. So there's Nick Freeze and Anakin Borkholder.
I like the name Anakin.
113, Brody Blevins, Elijah Flores. Oh, now we're back to the girls. There's Annika Gradeless, one of those star freshmen. She's very talented too.
That will be 120, Chance Smith and Caden Braden.
Yeah, kind of good rhyming there, Caden Braden. There's that one match you will see in the girls, Shaela Suggs and Jordan Watson, so the only non-forfeit. And there's Josh Kite getting announced at 126. He is going to get a forfeit today. And now we're going back to the girls. I don't know if I like this back and forth. I'd rather go through one.
Yeah. 132, Jason Bupp and Donovan Cunningham. That is the match that would have had a different player, but that player is currently injured.
And by player, you meant wrestler, of course. 138, Will Mason will be taking on Jackson Molnar. Will Mason missed most of last season with injury. He got hurt in the very first match against Warsaw, broke his arm, so he is excited to be back.
That matchup.
He did. He got a pin, too.
I'm very surprised.
Yep. We're down to 144. That's going to be Colby Smith, brother of Chance Smith, and then DeBrian Emerson for the Concord Minutemen. So that's a big match for the Cavemen. Next up, we'll see what he announces.
Seems like he's even deciding.
Well, the Concord coach just went and said something.
That'd be the
they're back to Anaya Williams there. I think we're almost done with the girls. Yep, this is where we're going to start our boys varsity. He's going to be at 150 with Braden Reed taking on Drew Trigg.
And then we have 157, Drew Ginter, and who will be going against Bryce Ramirez. 165, we got Isaiah Butte going against Tyler Palmer. Then we got 175, Caden O'Neill and Micah File, who is the son of the coach for wrestling, which will be Brian File.
Yeah, Concord's coach Brian File. We talked to him today, and he's excited about his young talent. They just went through 190, Mason Henrich, and then Jacob B. Miller of Concord. Only two more to go through. 215, our fellow classmate Trey Dunning taking on Logan Whitman. And last but definitely not least, 285 heavyweight, Malachi Knight of the Mishawaka Cavemen and Dawson Balmer of the Concord Minutemen. And we are just about ready to wrestle. Sean, are you excited?
I am very excited.
There you go.
The crowd is pumped.
That is the right answer.
Feel it. Everyone feels a little pumped tonight for this, Cavemen versus Concord matchup,
Here we go. I knew we were doing the anthem at some point, and here is going to be the national anthem, and then we're going to get started. And there's our anthem as we get ready to wrestle here. Again, we've got 2 cameras we're going to run tonight. We might send some people over to run some cameras at the other events we've got going on here in just a little bit. But we're going to start today with some boys and girls wrestling action. First year of girls wrestling action as an IHSA sport. You got some captains out there, Brody Blevins. Looks like Josh Kite, Trey Dunning. Refs going through what they got here. Again, some quick updates. Girls wrestling 1 match. Boys wrestling is going to have 13 matches, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe only 12. Josh Kite will have a forfeit in there. So we will have those matches coming here shortly, starting at 150 for the boys with Braden Reed and Drew Trigg. The girls will be at 120 with Shayla Suggs and Jordan Watson.
I believe it's 13 matches.
You think it's 13?
Yeah,
okay.
13 minus the Josh Kite. Because
so we'll be bringing those to you right now as we're getting ready to wrestle. We're going to be showing girls and boys here kind of at the same time, which makes it a little bit challenging to broadcast, but only the 1 girls match here today. So we are going to get ready to go here. We are going to bring you some graphics here in a little bit, but for the first matches here, we're going to kind of keep it simple as we are off and running. This is 150, Braden Reed and Drew Trigg, as Trigg gets a hold of the leg of Reed and gets him on his back already.
Whoa.
That's 2-point takedown, 3-point takedown, excuse me. And he's going to try to get out of it. He can't. Is it going to be a pin this early?
I think
it is.
Wait, maybe not.
Yeah, good job of arching that back.
He's got to breathe.
I don't think he has a chance. He is stuck.
Oh, my days.
He can't see that right shoulder is not quite down yet. As he gets out, nope, they're going to try to armbar. And they're going to say out of bounds. So we're going to go back to the center. That's going to be a 3-point takedown and a 4-point near fall. So 7-0 to start here for Drew Trigg against Braden Reed. So 7-0 is the lead there. Girls haven't started quite yet. 1 girls match as Reed's going to try to get the 1-point escape. Cannot. And they're going to go just off the mat as they almost fall into the stands there. 7-0 lead. So again, couple changes. You can get those 4-point near fall points and the 3-point takedowns. They're going to start in the neutral position, and that's going to be 1 point for the Cavemen. So it's going to be 7-1. They're looking at blood, and it looks like we are going to start some blood time. Yep,
blood time.
There it is. I can't believe they did this to us, Sean. They've done red as Concord and green as Mishawaka, and that is very irritating. So it'll be 7-1. It does happen. They are still not started with the girls. I'm not sure what's going on here. Both Jordan and Shayla are ready. Looks like the ref's getting ready over there. We are in blood time right here at 150. Here we go.
Starting 140?
No, not 140. It's 120.
Oh, maybe I heard him wrong.
He did say 140. You are right. We are back to wrestling over here in our first boys match. Drew Trigg with a big lead already.
Ooh.
He's going to try to keep it going. He does the splits almost, and he's going to try to flip Braden here. And they're going to be out of bounds, but pretty soon they're going to get some stalling warnings. So actually what they're doing is running through all those forfeits over there. We're going to keep you here on the boys match as they run through those forfeits. Everybody's got to go out there and get it. So Braden Reed tries to go for a shot in the underhand, but a good job of leveling out there by Trigg.
He's got a nice grip on his
He's got him on the thigh, yeah, but he can't pull it through as they're going to go out of bounds again. So they're going to call stalling on Mishawaka there. So a second stalling call will result in points. Right now, none. That stalling's because he's going out towards the out of bounds, right? He's not staying in, as he is right now. He's doing okay right now, but he's going to go backwards, and there it is again. I wonder if they're going to call it. Nope, they aren't going to call it. So you got to be careful of those backing up. One thing you got to try to do is not give up points, right? A tech fall at 15 gives up 5 points. A pin gives up 6 points as a team. So you want to stay out of those ranges if you can. Aaliyah Suggs gets the forfeit right there.
Seems like the boys match is still wrestling for control.
Yeah, there's still not much happening after that initial takedown. Another forfeit on the girls. That's what the cheering is for over there. Here comes Annika Gradenless, the star freshman for the Cavemen on the girls wrestling team.
I do believe our 150 might be, they both might be a little tired from that initial push.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're about headed now to the second period in our 150 boys match. Braden Reed and Drew Trigg. So, Mishawaka won that flip. They are going to start in the down defensive position. Try to get an escape, maybe a reversal. They need something to go their way. So, girls match is ready to go as we're going to be going over to show you that as well as the boys here. So we'll do our best.
I believe our boys wrestler might have just got an escape point. I'm not 100% sure though. He's back in the defensive position.
Yeah, still nothing. 7-1 over there. We are started off and running on the girls. As that is Shayla Suggs of the Mishawaka Cavemen and Jordan Watson of Concord.
Ooh. She lost and gained control almost immediately,
and
putting her
Suggs,
on her back.
Shayla Suggs of the Cavemen is already going to get 3 points for a takedown.
She's still keeping control, trying to keep her down, but it seems like Concord might have got an escape.
I do not know what the score is over there, so it's at least 3-1. I know that for sure.
It says 1-1.
Braden Reed did get an escape, so it is 7-2 for the Cavemen over on the right side. Shayla Suggs, Jordan Watson on your left. That's the girls match at 120. On your right, Braden Reed, Drew Trigg at 150. And Shayla Suggs trying to get the takedown. She does. 3 more points for her. That should make it at least 6-1 again. Scoreboard not working over there. We're not sure what the actual score is.
I do believe
they're going to go out of bounds. And right there on the right side, Drew Trigg gets called for a stalling warning. So both wrestlers now have a stall call. That is big, as the more stall calls you get, the more points you give up.
Braden Reed did sit there for a little bit and took a breath. Seems like he might be a little.
Yeah, but he's going for those legs now. They both got a hold, and he's going to try to get him down. He's got that leg.
Come on.
Suggs with another.
Oh,
no. Shayla Suggs does get another takedown there on the left side for the girls. No control on the right. They're telling me he needs a circle.
When do you get control?
You got to get on top just like that.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
And now Braden Reed's on his back, and he looks like he might be done.
His gas tank might just be a little too low to continue.
There it is. And that's it. That's going to be a pin. Oh, just at the buzzer, too. The buzzer went off as Reed gets pinned. That is going to be 6 points for Concord as they start the boys' match up 6-0.
He's holding his side right now. I think he might have hurt himself a little bit. I do believe the Concord female wrestler has a little bit.
Well, something just happened over here. I think they thought it was a tech maybe or a time. We're going to move on the boys down our list from 150 157. At 157, you can see Drew Ginter of the Mishawaka Cavemen, who went 5-0 over the weekend against Bryce Ramirez of the Concord Minutemen. And they're going to pause here as Drew Ginter was going for the takedown. The buzzer went off. The time was not ready, so I think they're going to restart. Girls into their second period. Shayla Suggs picking that down defensive position. Sean is going to take you for a little bit as I work on getting the basketball stream going.
On the right, we're officially starting our 157 Drew Ginter and Bryce Ramirez match. Drew Ginter is trying to get a hold on him. Can't really get a good grip. Bryce Ramirez almost gets taken control, but I do believe now Drew Ginter does have control over Bryce Ramirez. Oh, and then they just flipped twice. I believe that would be counted as an out. On the left, we still have our woman wrestler match going on. Control in favor of Jordan Watson. And Jordan Watson does win the match against Shyla Suggs. Or, yes. She does win the match, which is an amazing feat. I do not know who won the match on the right-hand side. Oh, wait, they're still going. Drew having control over Concord, Bryce Ramirez. Just kind of holding him there. Just probably trying to plan out his next few actions. Still keeping control. On the left-hand side, you can see the girls' teams shaking and departing from the mat. Still on the right, Drew Ginter, I believe, pushes Bryce Ramirez just out. Bryce Ramirez for Concord taking still in defensive. Drew Ginter taking offensive. Drew Ginter holding control over him, but does seem Bryce is trying to get out, trying to stand up. Just seems like he can't. Oh, Bryce almost gets, I can't tell. I believe he might be close, and that would be the buzzer. The buzzer went on for a little while. Drew Ginter from Mishawaka Cavemen taking defensive. Bryce Ramirez taking offensive, trying to keep control, but Drew just stands up, is trying to get out of the hole, but can't, and falls over, and is able to grab, oh, I believe that would be a potentially dangerous position, which means they just stop, and they get up, and they go back. Technical terms. Ooh. Now they're on a, I believe that would be neutral position. Bryce Ramirez trying to force Ginter back down to the mat. They're kind of just standing. Oh, and Drew Ginter is able to grab him and flip him down onto his back. He's trying to get the pin. He has to get that right shoulder on the ground completely. Oh, it seems Bryce Ramirez seems to almost be able to get back onto his stomach, but he's still slightly on his side. Drew just needs to get him fully on the ground for that win. Bryce Ramirez is straining himself, trying to get himself away from the pin, but it seems like he's able to flip, and once again, another potentially dangerous move, though I do believe if that would have continued, Drew Ginter might have got that point. Drew Ginter once again taking offensive, while Bryce Ramirez is taking defensive. Bryce Ramirez standing up just enough, but right back down to the mat. Drew Ginter is not letting him escape his grasp. Ooh. Every time Bryce Ramirez tries to get up, Drew Ginter is just right back with the power, putting him back down onto the mat, currently pinning him to his stomach on the mat. time is up. Concord getting the decision of taking defensive or offensive, choosing neutral, I believe. Drew Ginter keeping Bryce Ramirez away so Bryce Ramirez cannot take him from the leg. Drew Ginter is able to flip Bryce Ramirez onto his side and then onto his back almost, trying to get that point. He's almost there. And they call it. They call it in favor of Drew Ginter. So Drew does win his match, 157 against Bryce Ramirez. That evens the score 6-6 for our male game. Right now they're lining up 165 Isaiah Butte versus, for Mishawaka Cayman against Tyler Palmer for Concord Minutemen. Isaiah does push him out into the stands. Seems like, sorry, I don't know if I said Isaiah or not. Isaiah pushed him into the stands, into his fellow cavemen. Seems like Isaiah's fired up right now for this fight, or match. Pardon me. Ooh, Isaiah trying to get his leg right off whistle, but he does get a grab on his legs and is already almost pinning Tyler Palmer to the mat, but Tyler Palmer is able to twist his body into a very precarious situation, but he cannot twist it enough, and Isaiah Butte does get that match for 165. Next up, they will be having 175, Caden O'Neill versus Micah File. Again, Micah File being the son of Brian File, the coach. So this will be a very interesting matchup. Micah File does seem to have a height advantage against our Caden O'Neill. Caden O'Neill is able to get in there and grab a leg. He's trying to force him to the ground once. Oh, but they let go. I don't know, I'm defaulting to a 1970s person. Caden O'Neill is taking a little back step, trying to use his size advantage to him so he can get under, get into his reach and grab his legs just like that, just like I said he would. He's trying to get hit control, but the size difference, pushes him out. The size difference, see, Micah File does have that height advantage, so he can just get up, but Caden O'Neill is going to take offensive against Micah File. So this will be very interesting. I believe Micah File is just going to get out of that. Yep, stands up, gets out of it, but Caden O'Neill is ready to grab his leg. Mr. Rendell is back on call as Micah File is
barely back, Sean.
As Micah File is keeping Caden O'Neill down.
Yeah, they're gonna call that stalemate there.
Stalemate.
So they're gonna move back to the center. Sean, I was listening. You had it. You were on the fire, bro.
Well,
Boys basketball is live, and we did have some technical problems, but we are live. So we got 2 live streams right now. If you want to check out boys basketball versus Marion, you can do that on YouTube and on IHSA TV.
Caden O'Neill keeping control, but it seems that Micah File just stands up, trying to get his leg away from him, but he grabs both legs. And now it's just a fight to see if he can stand. Caden O'Neill has some grip on that leg, keeping hold.
One thing Caden O'Neill is strong. We saw that on the football field right there. They're going to call stalling on Mishawaka as he's going to try to get him. He's going to try to roll
He's trying to flip him.
Yep.
But see, Micah has height. Micah has that height advantage.
Yeah, that is a good
so
point.
he's able to just like move
O'Neal
a
is
bit.
strong, but he is short. So
He is short.
The arm length, but that's going to keep him down. So 3-0 still. 20 seconds to wrestle. Can he keep him down? No.
No.
1 point escape there for a File, as Caden O'Neal has a 3-1 lead.
Score now 12-6 for the entire. What would it be called?
For the match right now. Isaiah, have you got a pin then? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Yep. We are done with the first period as we head to period number 2.
Concord gets the choice. Oh, no. I'm so confused. Kane O'Neal does take the defensive, while Michael File takes offensive. Oh, yes, offensive. Ooh, Kane O'Neal flips around and just absolutely gets control of Micah File somehow. I believe Kane O'Neal is a very good player. I mean, Kane O'Neal did get, well, he got 3-2, but that's still a good score. He's keeping a hold on Micah File, not letting him get up. He's still holding that leg, making sure if he does stand, he still can have control a little bit. He is trying to flip Micah File onto his back, but it seems like Micah File just starts to stand, trying to release Kane O'Neal's grip from him.
Yeah, O'Neal got that 2-point reversal, so it is 5-1. As he's going to try to dig those legs in. You see him hooking that leg on the right side. Yeah, there you can see it a little bit. Not much happening. I wouldn't be surprised if stalemate comes soon.
Coach, the ref might be.
The ref is counting. You can see him counting there. And they are going to call that.
Stalemate.
Actually, they're going to call stalling. Oh, this.
Stalling?
Yeah, they're going to call stalling on the Cavemen. So
Oh,
Caden
my
O'Neal gets
days.
called for his second stalling. It's a 1-point penalty. So that's going to make it 5-2. And you can see the coaches, and actually the biggest coaches down there, Josh Kite and Will Mason. They're telling him what he should be doing there.
Ooh.
I wonder if you just let him. Yeah, see, there you go. You let him
Yeah.
up a little bit. You can make something happen maybe. Still has control, and Will Mason right down there yelling at him, telling him to turn.
I mean, his height advantage is also a disadvantage because
And
it gives
sometimes,
Kane
yeah,
O'Neal a nice
bigger
little
target, yeah. And there's a 2-point reversal. So Caden O'Neal gives up their reversal. It is now 5-4.
There we go.
And File's trying to turn him, cannot. Caveman in control of the team match, up 12-6, and also with the forfeit upcoming, will get him 6 more points easy. And there's going to be a potentially dangerous call, so they're going to go back to the center.
We had a
O'Neal
few of those
in
when
the-
he stepped
yeah.
away.
That happens pretty much every match. As O'Neal will start back in that down defensive position, File on top.
I might like their jersey for Concord right now. I like the big C.
Yeah, the singlet's nice. O'Neal does a little roll. He tries to get up, cannot, and that was a dangerous roll. Puts him on his back. He's going to kind of tripod that up, but gets taken back down to the mat. 9 seconds left here in period 2. Nothing happening right now. He's got to be careful not to get a stalling because he's already given up a point that way. That'll end the second period as we will head to the third. Third and final period. Caden O'Neal is one of those wrestlers that Coach Sandefur was talking about that played on the football team who may not have the endurance yet. They're going to get there, and he was hoping they'd get there by today, but right now it's going to be a test.
He definitely
of that
has the
endurance.
football strength, though.
Yeah, he does. Caden O'Neal, star fullback this year for the Mishawaka Cavemen.
Using some of his football knowledge to go for the legs.
Yep.
Oof.
And he's going to try to turn him, cannot.
I think.
So he's trying to go
Michael.
cross face there, and it hasn't been able to work. He kind of hooks that leg again. Can he turn him? He's got the legs turned. He's got to get that arm. File does a good job fighting that one off.
File's been fighting a lot of
Absolutely.
stuff off for sure.
And only down 1. A reversal turns that in your position, and escape ties it up. And there he's got a cradle.
Woo!
There's going to be some near fall. Hear the cheers from the game.
And
there
that
it
is it. Oh my days, what a exhilarating battle between these two.
Absolutely, a huge play there in the third period by Caden O'Neal to get that pin as he's got to turn with the ref. What a match there by Caden O'Neal. Really good job by File, but he got hooked into that cradle and couldn't get out of it.
Coming in 190, Mason Heinrich and Jacob B. Miller.
I know it's hard to see Henrich there,
Henrich.
Mason Henrich. There for the Mishawaka Cavemen. It's hard to see up here. We don't have any lights. It's the whole thing.
I also just keep saying it like a German name.
Henrich facing off here at 190 with B. Miller. That is a last name. As Henrich gets a leg. What a move there to go for that leg, and he's going to get the three-point takedown.
Woo!
I almost said it again. Three-point takedown there for the Cavemen.
Currently has control over B. Miller.
So it is 3-0 here in the first period already.
B. Miller trying to fight off Mason's hold. Gotta think of words.
You got it. So an exciting match so far. Cavemen up 18-6 after 4 matches. We're going to finish out these heavier weights, 190 right now, 215 next, 285 in the hole. And then we'll go back up to our lightweights. The Cavemen are strongest in those lightweight categories. There he is. He's got the arm. Can he turn him? He's got to get him. He's almost there.
It's always a fight if you...
He's almost there. He's got him on his back. He needs to keep him down, though.
Come on.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
A good move. Man, it's like a balance beam out here.
Honestly, if someone has your arm like that, it's either you turn or you potentially hurt yourself for the season.
And he's going to get him on there. Can he get the near fall? Right now he has some, it looks like. There it is.
I have no idea what a near fall is, but I'll roll with it.
Near fall has one shoulder on the mat.
Okay.
So he got some points, but he got both shoulders down. That's pin for the Cavemen, making it
18-6.
24-6 in favor of the Cavemen. Right now, you can check out some boys basketball action. Cavemen trail 5-2 against the Marion Knights as we are heading into 2:15.
Trey Dunning and Logan Whitman.
Trey Dunning, the lone returning state qualifier from the Cavemen last year. He was able to make it through the Friday state, but that was at 190. He's now wrestling up at 215 this year. He was 5-0 this weekend, one of those 4 wrestlers for the Cavemen that went 5-0.
Oof. It's like watching Titans fight.
It is, yeah. The heavyweights are tough. Trey Dunning's got the leg now, and that's trouble for Whitman.
Ooh.
Whitman,
Whitman's,
and what a move there by Trey Dunning. Sweep that leg out.
Showing that state championship
That's right.
energy.
3-0 now on the three-point takedown.
Every time I see them raise their arm like that, I think it's just going to be like a straight punch.
They're going to go back to the middle. Dunning in control. Whitman goes back down. 24-6 lead in the match for the Cavemen. They lost that very first one as Braden Reed got pinned, but since then it's been a roll for the Cavemen.
I believe all of these have actually been pins.
They have, yep. That's how you end up with the score of 24-6.
Let's see if Trey Dunning can continue the
Yeah, the heavyweights are known for fighting things off, so we'll see what he can do here. He's wrestling up a weight class this year.
Will they call a stall? Maybe not. I did see the referee doing his hand low count, so I thought they might have called a stall.
Yeah, he might be counting that out. And right now it would probably be a stall in Concord would be my guess.
That's what I would assume.
They're going to be out of bounds back to the center, so not much happening since that takedown. I'll tell you, the Mishawaka boys basketball team playing much better today. They trail, but they only trail 8-6 early on in the first quarter. So a better start for the boys basketball team, a great start for the Cavemen wrestling team here. The girls pretty much went undefeated today. They went almost undefeated today. Shiloh Suggs did end up getting pinned in that girls match, but all the other girls won by forfeit as they will be facing off against Northwood on Thursday.
Trey Dunning grabbing.
He's got him on his back there. There's that count, but he needed to get to 2 and only got to 1. And that's going to end the first period. Dunning and Whitman. Here comes the flip. They're actually going to say that flip goes to Concord. I'm very confused. I don't like this red-green situation we're in here.
I do believe they have Concord's logo on it because it's red with a green symbol on it. So I'm very confused.
So Dunning's going to start in that down defensive position. I imagine he'll try to get up and out of that fast. Dunning also had a very good year for the Cavemen football team. on the defensive line. He's got both those hands now, and he's standing. That's
Whoa.
going to be an easy 1-point escape, and now he's going to try to go for another takedown. 4-0 lead for Trey Dunning.
Seems like what he did there was he tried to grab his hand so when he stood up, he could force him
But now
away.
Whitman's got a hold of that leg, but
Whoa.
Dunning flips him over. No control by either. Still no points. Whitman had that leg but couldn't get the takedown, and then Dunning just said, you know what, I'm going to go with it and just flip him over. Still nothing because Whitman's got a hold of that back leg. I don't know if we can just see that there. Whitman's got a hold of that. If Dunning can get that arm out, he can get those points, but he's not going to be able to.
They might call it out.
Well, you need 2 points of contact inbounds, and there it is, 3-point takedown.
Okay.
3 points for Trey Dunning makes that 7-0. So Dunning is trying to pull him back inbounds, it looks like. You see him kind of, because he's got a good grip. Still 2 points of contact in, and he's got him on his back.
If he can get that pin, that'd be a
He needs those
great
two
moment.
shoulders down. The ref's looking. There it is.
There it is. Good job.
Big
oh my
pin there by
gosh.
Trey Dunning to start off the dual season with another victory. That'll make the Cavemen lead 30-6. .36 lead for the Cavemen as we head to our heavyweight at 285.
285, we have Malachi Knight for Mishawaka Cavemen and Dawson Balmer for Concord Minutemen. Very exciting match. You love to see the heavyweights come out.
Yep.
Not many schools have heavyweights.
Yep.
Most
Balmer-
ended like 215.
Balmer for Concord, a little bit taller. Malachi Knight had a 3-2 weekend over in Plymouth. I guess down in Plymouth is a little bit better name for that. But we'll see how they do. The heavyweights known for fighting it out. As Newton's got that headlock, can he flip him? No, he's going to get thrown down. Nope, he's still standing. Nope, they are going to give him the 3-point takedown. So 3 points for Concord, as that is 3-0.
They are scrambling for grass.
Knight
and
flips
control.
over, and he should get 1 point there. They haven't given it, but it should be 3-1.
Our student section yelling.
Yeah, that's actually the wrestling team. There it is. 1 point escape, making it 3-1. So 3-1 in favor of Balmer. And Knight just keeps going for that headlock, and it's not working.
On the sidelines, our wrestling club members are watching these matches.
Right now, they already look gassed, and it's only 1 minute into the first period.
Yeah, but for heavyweights,
You know what? It's a good point.
It's not much energy. You just
And
got to
Knight again going for that headlock, and it hasn't worked twice. He's going to try again. And now he's going to try a different angle.
Seems like his chin piece came up to his
Yeah,
mouth.
you see that? Uh-oh. Oh, what a throw! And he's going to get it. They haven't called it, though.
What an amazing move
No,
by
see-
Malachi.
It's not going to count, though. He's got to get that arm off right now. There it is. Yeah, Balmer had
Thank
hold of that
God.
back leg, and he had to get out of there to get those 3 points. 4-3 in favor of Knight and the Cavemen.
Dawson does seem to keep trying to stand, and he does successfully stand. But that would be the
That's
end
gonna
of the
end the first period, but they are going to give him a 1 point escape. So it is 4-4. So it is 4-4, I think. There it is. Right now, we're going to have a pause for blood time. And whew, we are tired, Sean. It's been an exciting match for the Cavemen. They lead 30-6. Want to give a couple shout-outs here. First off, Forte Waterproofing, a big sponsor of the Mishawaka Network here on YouTube and IHSA TV. But also, Forte Waterproofing, a big sponsor of the Cavemen wrestling team. They're always sponsored Al Smith and things like that. So if you need basement work done, you need your house waterproofed, you need any of those things in your house done, make sure to look up Forte Waterproofing, give them a call. They'll help you out. Second, big shout-out Burton's Laundry. Burton's Laundry is a big sponsor for us here at the Mishawaka Network. It's been very helpful getting a few things figured out for us. So Burton's Laundry, you'll see it on the back of our network shirts if you come to events. but also just check out one of their many locations in Michiana. They do all sorts of things from coin laundry, dry cleaning, all sorts of stuff. So
they'll even pick up your laundry and do it for you.
Bro, that's what I need. Maybe I need to call. So
we all need that.
Big shout out to the sponsors here, both for the Mishawaka Network and for the Mishawaka Wrestling Team. Just a quick update on boys basketball. End of the first quarter, Cavemen trail 11-8, but a much better game so far. We haven't been watching it, obviously, but I do have it pulled up on my phone. But 11-8 is the score over there, and right now they're playing an ad for choir, so that's fun.
Malachi Knight's taking the offensive, while Dawson Balmer is taking the offensive.
Yeah, so they're actually going to let him up. Nope, they did the diamond formation, so that is actually going to be a one-point escape, so 5-4.
Oof. Dawson able to
just
slam
got worse.
our player.
Yeah. Balmer gets the three-point takedown. It is now 8-4. 8-4 in favor of Concord. And Knight's on his back.
This
might
be a Concord point. I think it is.
He's got it. Yep.
Yep.
Concord gets the pin, but Malachi Knight fought hard. He looks tired.
But for our next matchup, we do have our 106 Nick Freeze for Mishawaka Cavemen and Anakin Bork-Holder for Concord Minutemen. Nick Freeze at the Plymouth Invite did go 5-0. So we would love to see him continue.
It's so interesting going from these heavyweights back to these, and they got to switch sides here. Nick Freeze, one of the freshman standouts on this Caveman wrestling team, and he was on fire this weekend, 5-0, as he's already off to a good start. 3-point takedown. And these guys are just so much faster. You just see them come out after those heavyweights.
Like lightning bolts.
And, man, he's already got that arm potentially dangerous as we're going to go back into the center.
It seems like a lot of the freshmen and younger people in these teams are always highlights, because when we asked Brian File, he even said his freshmen and sophomores were very got a lot of potential.
He was impressed with them, and he said they work so hard in that room on the practice, anything. They're going so hard. He might get potentially dangerous again. Nope, he's got him on his back. Oof. Can he keep him there? He does. That's going to be it.
Yep. That was a quick match.
What a move by Nick Freeze.
Such a day and night between 185 and 106.
27 seconds into the match, Nick Freeze with the pin and the 6 points for the Cavemen. That'll make it 36-12. Last year, the Concord match was a close one. Went down to the wire. This year, it looks like the Cavemen are going to win big.
It does seem like that.
They're already up 24. There actually is almost no way for them to lose. The worst they can do is tie, because they're already going to get 6 points from Josh Kite in the forfeit coming up. And you still have some of the best wrestlers on the Cavemen team, one of them right here at 113.
Do not know if we said the names. 113, Brody Blevins for Mishawaka, and then Elijah Flores for Concord.
And Blevins coming off another 5-0 weekend at the Bob Reed Plymouth Invite. And he's already got the 3-point takedown, making it 3-0. And he throws him back down.
I do believe I forgot to say that Drew Ginter was a 5-0 too.
And Blevins trying to roll him over. Oof. He's so close. He is right there. There he's got it. There he's got it. Now he's on his back, and that's going to do it.
Oh, he's fighting to get out, though.
Yeah, Brody's got him pinned, it looks like.
Yeah, that seems like a pin. Come on.
There
we go. We're running through these.
So Flores fought hard, but that's going to be another pin for the Cavemen as Brody Blevins continues his undefeated start to this early season. So, as you said, Ginter is undefeated. He stays undefeated. Trey Dunning, undefeated. He continues. Nick Freeze and Brody Blevins. So all of the undefeateds from this weekend will stay there as we head to 120.
Yes, 120. We got Chance Smith for the Mishawaka Cavemen. And for Concord, we have Caden Braden.
Caden Braden, one of their good wrestlers from the weekend, as Smith can't get it, but he's going to get the 3-point takedown. Chance Smith looked like he was in trouble there for a second, was able to get 3 points out of it. He's going to try to put him back down. He's trying to lift him, cannot.
Oh!
And they're going to go out of bounds. They're going to start back in the middle. So Smith leads 3-0. You're going to see Chance Smith here, and in a few weight classes, you're going to see his brother Colby Smith at 144.
Who is also our last match.
That'll be the last match of the day as we are making our way through. It's gone pretty fast here as of late. with a couple quick pins by both Brody Blevins and
Potentially,
Nick Freeze.
potentially harmful.
Yeah, right there. And what that is once you get somebody off the ground, if they're not touching the ground at any point, they're always going to call that potentially dangerous. So Smith, so Braden is up again. Pretty soon we're going to have stalling. One way to get stalling called is if you can't get the wrestler back down to the mat and you're in control, they're going to call that stalling. So he's got to make sure to bring him back down quickly.
Seems like
nothing really happening right now.
Oh, Chance accidentally falls, but stays
still
off
got
his
hold of
back.
that leg, but he's going to probably end up getting he's still got that leg, so no call yet for a reversal.
Oh, he's
and now he's got a problem. There is that 2-point reversal. So 3-2 in favor of Chance Smith. And Braden, another reversal, this one for Chance Smith. So 5-2 now.
And out.
And there's going to be that stalling call. Like I said, once they get back up, you've got to get them back down. And Chance Smith has done it a number of times. He hasn't gotten back down. So stalling call on Smith.
Smith taking the offensive.
So another stalling call on Smith will be a point for Braden. And he's got a good headlock. He's going to try to turn him. He's got the arm, he's got the head. Now he's just going to get the reversal. Yep, there it is, 2-point reversal. 5-4. And now he's going to try to get him on his back. Smith, known for fighting hard right now. And there is a potentially dangerous. He got those arms in bad positions, and that's when they're going to call those.
It's good to see that the ref is being so vigilant.
2 seconds, 2 seconds left in period number 1. And that's going to end period number 1. Quick update from our boys basketball game. Marion leads 22-12 in the second quarter. The Cavemen still close. They're going to try their best to keep it close as they move forward in this young season. Honestly, the boys basketball team, they had a rough first game, but it was the first game of the season. They got lots of time left before they get to tournament play, so we'll see how they do.
Riley might also just filled their positions a little better than we did.
Yep. And right there, Smith takes him down. No points were awarded. He was in that offensive position already. He's going to try to turn him. I don't know if that's the best position he wants to be in, though.
No. Because if he turns him, he'll
be on his back, too, yeah.
And then just takes one reversal.
Some number of years ago, 2019 maybe after that, there was a Penn wrestling match that ended, and Mishawaka won because the Penn guy put himself on his back and then gave up 6 points.
I would be so upset.
Remind me next class. I'll show you the video. It was lucky for us as cavemen. But
yeah. Horrible loss.
Not that we're biased or anything.
No, of course not. Never.
Mishawaka leads 42-12 in the team score here today. This will be huge for
one of our longer lightweight matches.
Yep. Chance Smith fighting hard against Caden Braden.
5-4 in favor of Mishawaka Cavemen with 1 minute on the clock. They're both going to try to be doing some stuff just to get points.
And Smith still got his feet around his head. Can he stay in position?
Seems like he's trying his hardest.
2-point reversal. It is now 6-4. Braden takes his first lead of the match. We are down to 36 seconds to wrestle in period number 2.
How many periods?
Smith trails by 1, 6-5. Wrestling does 3 2-minute periods. Smith's on his back. There's a pin.
You hate to see it.
Chance Smith wrestled very hard there, had the lead for most of the match, gave up that lead late, and then gave up the pin.
He did have 3-2.
Yeah, that gives 6 more points to the Concord Minutemen.
Chance Smith and Colby Smith both had 3-2.
Josh Kite out onto the mat for his forfeit. They're going to raise his hand, give him the 6 points.
What?
Not a forfeit.
No more forfeit?
We do not know who's wrestling for Concord, so We'll leave that undecided as
Whoa.
Josh Kite.
He's just ambushing
4-1
him.
this weekend. Josh Kite, he's been wrestling varsity since he was a freshman.
He's
gone up some weight classes now.
As one would.
As you grow and get older, that does make sense. They're going to go back to the center. It is 3-0, and Josh Kite's saying, hey, we're going to go neutral. So that's going to be a 1-point escape for Concord. That'll make it 3-1. Josh Kite saying, hey, I just want to get these takedowns. Takedowns are way more important and incentivized this year with the 3 points. And there it is. 3-point takedown for Josh Kite makes it 6-1, and he's going to try to turn him. There he's got him on his back. Can he get it? Yep, he's got it. Can he get the pin?
I believe they call it there.
There it is.
Wrestling for 132, Jason Bupp and Donovan Cunningham.
So another pin there for the Cavemen gives them 6 more points. It is now 48-18. Every match today has been a pin. That's not always the case. Jason Bupp, first varsity match here in a dual match for the Cavemen.
Very excited to see what he can pull off.
Right now he's in a little bit of trouble. There he goes. He gets out of that. Good job by Molnar. So Bupp versus, not Molnar. Bupp versus Cunningham. Molnar will be coming up next.
Against Will Mason?
The principal at Concord's last name's Molnar. I wonder if they're related.
My father knows a Molnar.
Way to go, John. And right there, Cunningham gets the leg, and there it is. 3-point takedown for Concord. So 3-0 there for Cunningham. Cunningham's thinking about starting him in neutral. He is. So neutral is going to give him 1-point escape for Mishawaka.
I think Bupp just needs to focus.
3-1. He fought off of a couple takedown attempts, but wasn't able to fight off a third.
Oh, that was a great reversal.
Almost. Cunningham still got that arm on his head, if you see that there. He's got to get that arm off, and now he's back down. And you see the disappointment on the coaches.
Move.
They had him right there. It was a good move by Bupp, but couldn't finish it off, and now it is still 6-1. And he knew it, too. He looked over at his coach, shaking his head. He knew he had a chance there, just couldn't pull it off. Up next is going to be Will Mason. He's getting warmed up over here on the sideline. Colby Smith also getting warmed up. As we're going to go over to the scorers table, talk about something. They've got 6-1. I think that is the correct score.
Concord coaches giving their
Donovan
pep
Cunningham.
talk.
Yeah.
Little pep talk, yep.
We're going to go back to the middle. I think they're going to start back in neutral. Nope, they're going to start. Yep, there we go.
They do be like that, though.
Yeah, Cunningham in control here.
Jason almost gets out of it, but cannot get fully out of it. I think Cunningham might have a little bit more experience than Jason.
Yeah, I would guess so. I mean, again, I think this is Cup's first varsity dual match here. I know he hasn't wrestled here because I've been at all the home matches, so.
I know he was here last year, though, for sure.
Yeah, I just don't think he was wrestling varsity.
Yeah.
So 6-1 lead for Cunningham. We are in the first period. 45 seconds left to wrestle in period number 1. We've got 2 more matches to go. 138 Will Mason against Jackson Molnar. 144 Colby Smith against DeBryan Emerson.
Looks like Bupp's gas tank might be a little low.
Well, we're still only in the first period. Right now he's just in a bad position. He's going to try to get out of it.
Could have sworn it was the second.
There's been some timeout, so man, Cunningham's really working those arms. You can see him trying to turn. He's just trying to circle him around. Look at that arm.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that is tough to watch.
Oh, my gosh.
You can see the split screen here. You can see it from our top angle and from the floor.
Wish the lighting was a little better, but.
Yeah, we'll get better as the year goes on. And right now, Cup's on his back. Oh, good job getting out of that. He almost got an escape. That'll end the period number 1. As we will head to period number 2. 48-18 team score. Cavemen lead. 6-1 here in favor of Donovan Cunningham of the Concord Minutemen.
Sideline coaches are pointing to the score, being like, hey, don't let him get any. You're up there. You're good if this match continues.
Oh, they did just get the 4 points. That is a 10-1 because that period ended. He did get those 4 count on the near fall. So 10-1 is the score. Dylan Baylor helping us out, keeping us on track. Cup starts in that down position. A 15-point win will be a tech fall. Right now it's a 9-point lead.
Not much happening on the map.
30 seconds in, and really nothing is happening. No points have been awarded here in period number 2. Coaches are calling for a double wing, so what he's trying to do is get both of his arms behind his back here. You see it right there. Yeah, you can see it. That's a good angle there from Ryan. He's got both arms, and he's trying to get him behind his back. He cannot,
chicken wing him.
Yeah, right. Good job by Cup fighting that off so far, but it only lasts so long. Pretty soon, I'm sure he'll get a stalemate call at some point. And that's going to be a potentially dangerous call, because we're going to go back to the middle.
I'm sorry, but my ears are, I believe you're saying, oof. I believe you're saying Cup.
I might be.
Bup.
You're right. Right there, what Coach Sandifer is going over and saying, hey, he's locking those hands, which is against the rules. What you can do is grab onto the arm, but he's saying he's trying to lock those hands, which I saw from our angle there. So keep an eye out for that, as they might call that. That locking hands is a penalty to give up some points.
Seems like they might be going into neutral right now.
Yep, so 1 point for Bup, not Cup, as that'll make it 10-2.
Oof. Already.
That's going to be a takedown. That's going to be 3 more points, 13-2.
You can see Bup trying to fight to get out of that.
Yeah, right now it's been a tough match for him. Donovan Cunningham has been in complete control from the very start, 13-2. We're down to 20 seconds left to wrestle in period number 2. Still have 1 more period to go as we get ready for the end of the match. There is.
He lets him up.
They let him up, but not long enough. They're going to say no. He's still going to start in the down defensive position. I'm surprised he didn't let him up earlier. He's been in control. He lets him up. That's 1 point. He can get another takedown. That put him up 16-3. So 9 seconds left. They're not going to let him up with that little time left. Surprisingly, there hasn't been many cautions tonight on those starts, no false starts. He's going to try to turn him 2 seconds, 1 second, and that'll do it here for period number 2. We'll go to period number 3 here as the Cavemen
I believe this
lead.
Is our longest match.
Yeah, they lead 48-18 as a team. They will win this no matter what happens here. So they will finish off this and go to 3-0 in conference play as they won 2 over the weekend. And there's a 1 point escape for Concord's Cunningham, 14-2. A takedown will do it. That'll give him the 15-point lead. And that might be it. Bup is in trouble right now.
His teammates on the sidelines yelling at him.
They think they see something there. He's got to get that leg out. Right now his leg's stuck.
Oh, dear days.
And Cunningham's doing a good job of just holding on, and that's going to be a stalemate. They'll go back to the center. Stalemate, they'll be in neutral with 1:26 left to wrestle. A takedown will get that tech fall and a 15-point victory. Excuse me, a takedown from Cunningham. Bup needs a takedown to stay in, and honestly, he needs a pin at this point. Making up 12 points in 1 period, it's not easy. And he almost does, but there it is. That's a takedown, and that'll be a tech fall for Donovan Cunningham and the Concord Minutemen.
Next up at 138, Will Mason for Mishawaka Cayman against Jason Molnar for the Concord Minutemen. Will Mason.
They're saying Jackson Molnar. Okay. That's a 5-point victory for the Concord Minutemen. That makes it 48-23.
Oh, that is Jackson.
Yeah, it looks weird, though. Will Mason for the Cavemen went 4-1 over the weekend. He has been one of the Cavemen's best wrestlers. His problem has been being healthy, and now here's a chance. He wrestled 5 times over the weekend, went 4-1, and now he's got a chance, and he goes very early for the takedown.
Lets him up, though.
3-1. Very quick 3-run for Will Mason. He's an aggressive wrestler. He likes this move right here.
Which might be the reason why he gets hurt.
That's true.
Aggressive.
He likes that underhook, and then he pulls him down or throws, and good circle there as he goes back and forth and back and forth. And there's a 3-point takedown and a let up. 6-2.
You know, if he keeps getting those takedowns and just lets him up, he's still getting 2 points ahead of him.
Yep, every
or
time.
Or even
yep.
4 to 5 to
And
6.
now he's got that arm. He's going to try to turn him this time. There he does. He's got to get him a little bit further. He's circling. He's trying to. There it is. He's got him on his back. Can he get the pin? There it is.
Dang.
Will Mason off to a good start this year. 5-1 now on the season.
Not injured.
And a pin, and he's still healthy.
Thank God.
We'll see Will in third block tomorrow.
Yes, we will. And I will say, good job wrestling.
Also, you can check out Will this week and Trey on the news. They'll be recording the news tomorrow.
They are.
So they'll be on the news. You can check that out Friday on the Mishawaka Network. Now for our last match of the evening, 144.
Kobe Smith for us, Mishawaka Cayman, and for Concord, DeBrian Emerson.
And that's going to be out of bounds. We're going to go back to the center. No points awarded. 54-23, Cavemen leading right now.
Kobe Smith did have 3-2 at the last at the Plymouth.
Okay,
invite.
3-2, not bad. Cavemen did go 5-0. They won every match this last weekend in Plymouth and won the Plymouth invite. They have a big match this week against Northwood. That'll be their 4th NLC match. And then they've got a big tournament.
Whoa!
What a takedown there by Kobe Smith.
Kobe Smith is definitely one of our strongest lightweight players, I would say. Able to just pick someone up and throw him. I believe I saw him do that
right
last
now.
year.
Okay, so right now it is going to be a 3-point takedown, a 1-point escape, and an unsportsmanlike penalty on Kobe Smith. So that's going to make it 3-2. Yep, unsportsmanlike conduct. He reached out that arm. And so it is 3-2. Kobe Smith still leads, but another unsportsmanlike could get him kicked out and lose. So we got some hard hitting right now. Those arms are swinging. You got to be careful. Sometimes when you swing that too hard, you're going to connect on something, and that's going to give up points. Again, this is Kobe Smith and, for Concord, DeBrian Emerson. Looks like maybe some bad blood out there between these two.
It does seem like that.
This has been some very aggressive wrestling. You can tell by the head shakes.
Tell by how their hair reacts to the
Right,
hits.
both of them have that kind of flowing hair in different ways. Uh-oh, Smith's on his back. But he's going to get out of it. Now he's got Emerson on his back.
Oh, my days. What an insane turn of events.
I don't know what the score is now. We'll find out, but it could be a pin and it won't matter.
He's just able to keep up.
Okay, let's see what they end up score-wise. They gave 6 points and a 4-point near fall. So it is 10-2 on the scoreboard. I'm not sure that's totally right, but that's what we're going with for now.
We'll see it a little bit.
Smith lets him up, and Emerson runs all the way to the other mat.
Comes back around and is right back into position.
Touching
his
escape.
leg.
Yeah, he's got a Band-Aid on there. So Emerson gets a 1-point escape. It is 10-3.
With 20 seconds on the clock.
Okay, 10-3.
Ew. I don't like
Oh, he just touched that Band-Aid. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Not
He
it.
touched that Band-Aid. That's disgusting.
And he put it in his pocket.
That's crazy. Listen, you know what? Maybe that's tough. That ref is too tough for me. Sean, I couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me either. Phobia. I'm okay.
Yep. 3-point takedown for Colby Smith. That's going to make it 13-3, and we will end period number 1. So after a hot start, a kind of crazy exchange there in the middle, it is 13-3. Colby Smith has a big lead. He just needs 2 more points, and he will be a winner here by Tech Fall. Emerson's going to start. Yeah, Emerson's going to start in that down position. Concord coaches wanted a caution there. No one was called.
Colby trying to keep his
Smith's trying to
leg
turn
wrapped
him.
around.
He's got to be careful, though. That's how you get into bad positions, but he just needs 2 more points for that Tech Fall. No, he doesn't. Excuse me. He needs 5 more points.
Whoa. That has to be unsportsmanlike.
And they are going to call it unsportsmanlike again. And that's 2
Look at
points.
me. I knew it.
And the head being pressed into the mat is usually not called unsportsmanlike.
But he pushed it, and he did it again, and even moved
More
himself
force,
to ground it, like grind it.
You did call it. I was surprised they called it. They are giving 2 points to Concord, so it should be 13-5 on the scoreboard.
The only reason I knew
Coach Sandiford is arguing it.
I think it might have been a little bit because he grabbed his head, pushed it.
I get what you're saying. But I've seen a lot of wrestling and haven't seen that called. Right? Usually the first one, yes, you pushed him, you gave more force than you needed to.
It might just be because he did it twice and then even pushed himself to make his head move against Matt. That's what I would guess.
And now they're just telling him, hey, you got to get it together here.
Yeah. Sandiford did try to fight it, though.
So it's 13-5. He did, yeah. Just doing what coaches should do.
Yeah.
Look out for your team, you know.
Be like, is this the right call to make?
Yeah.
You know. Going to start once more.
And we are back in action here. 13-5, 1:30 left in the second period. Colby Smith in that offensive position still. Tries to turn him, cannot. He's going to turn him the other way.
Oh.
He's on his back for a second. Colby Smith, very strong in the upper body for sure. He's going to try again. He does have him this time. He's got him in that cradle, it looks like. Nope. No points, though. Oh, they are going to give him 2. So there's a 1-point escape. So 2 points for Colby Smith. That's going to make it 15-6. And he jumps over him trying to get a turn. He does. There's a 3-point takedown. So 18-6.
His teammates
and he's going to cut him loose here. 1-point reversal. Or 1-point escape, excuse me. We're at 18-7. There's a 3-point takedown. Make that 21-7. The coach is saying it's a Tech, but it's not. 21-7 is only a 14-point lead. There he just needs a 2 count. There it is. There it is. Once he lets him back over, that's going to be a 2 or 3 count, and that's going to be a Caveman victory. There it is. Tech fall for Colby Smith. Even after those couple unsportsmanlike conduct calls, he does get the win. 5 points for the Cavemen, and that'll end the Cavemen night with a final score of 59-23. Sean, what are your takeaways here from our match tonight?
We got some great players in our lightweights. We got some good players in our
By players, you mean wrestlers, of course.
I did good for a little while. It happens every now and then. But, yeah, we got some great wrestlers.
Listen, I learned the hard way too. I was called out, but I'm trying to get you on the right. Okay, great by some wrestlers.
Yep. I'm seeing a lot of potential in our Caveman wrestling team.
Absolutely.
I'm seeing that we might be able to do a bunch of good work in these upcoming events.
And you've got a lot coming up. Oh, Thursday here against Northwood. They're at Calumet this weekend against some very tough competition. We looked at some of that today. And then they'll be doing a couple more events before Al Smith at the end of the month. And then there's a possibility of Team State. They're not sure yet. And then obviously you'll come back with Penn. And then here at Mishawaka, you got sectionals here at the first weekend of February. So lots to be looking forward to.
Also the Al Smith.
Yep, Al Smith the 28th and 29th of December. Sean, good work tonight. You're going to come back Thursday?
Thursday, yes. I will
Sean
be here.
will be back Thursday. Good job tonight. Thanks to our camera people, Eli Elkins. Ooh, that's bright. Ryan Ecker down on the floor. Dylan Baylor here. You're going to see some photos from Cam Stokes over the next few days. She does a good job there on the floor. We're going to end our stream here tonight. Thanks for tuning in to the Mishawaka Network. If you're still looking for some Caveman sports action, we are in the second half of Marion versus Mishawaka boys basketball. Marion now leads 35-20. So with that, we're going to say goodnight. Tune in Thursday for some wrestling action between Mishawaka and Northwood.